Hello everyone, Jesse Webb, Traders Pro. Market conditions, bullish in a bull market. Had a nice, good confirmation move on S&P 500 on Friday. We'll take a look at that chart here as well. We have made an attempt and finally made a close. You can't really see it real well right here, but we did close up above that breakout point, and so we'll see if we get any continuation there. With that move, though, that has bumped us back up on momentum all the way back up to this extreme level, so I'd be watching. That doesn't necessarily mean that it will reverse or that it can reverse all the way back down, but it just means that it's at the upper end of that range now and could use a day or two or three to kind of pause that move. Sometimes it'll bump up even further, but at 237 on that momentum, it can run up into the 300s if we get another good solid move today. So that's also some good news for this market. Breadth indicator came off of the lows and is starting to move back up this direction here as well. You can see that location bouncing back up here significantly. So we saw some good confirmation in that move on Friday and some good involvement here as well. We've seen the Dow Jones Industrials that notched back up to 12, where we at 5 or so. Boeing, we talked about Boeing, had a nice move, potential breakout of that long wedging pattern that it's been working on. General Electric also had a real nice move here. So there's a handful of Dow stocks. That's just one of the indicators that we can look for to see what percentage of stocks are participating in this uptrend. We're seeing almost half of the Dow stocks now, which is a good sign. Muscle stocks on the new buy list. Let's take a look through some of those. We've got some medical drug stocks here. And let me just refresh this page. Those are still continuing to work. Medical type stocks, really anything in that world has continued to just be popping here. We're seeing construction, LMB, having at least moved back up into that buy zone. Not a real strong confirmation bar, but at least it's back up into that upper range. ARRY, energy, a solar stock with a counter trend move and a bounce right off support here as well. I've talked about that quite often, that counter trend move and then the confirmation bar. We even got a bit of a hammer pattern here where it opened, it sold off, and then it rallied back during the same day. When you get that retracement during that same day, creating a hammer or a bullish tail bar, something like that, that's also a bullish additional confirmation to that move. So a nice looking setup here on ARRY. And let's look at the next couple here. CELH, a food stock, nice retracement pattern, confirmation on a breakout. IoT, a gapper, we haven't seen one of those for a little while within that list where it's moved up. I give those a little bit of time to pull back into that buy zone. Sometimes you do get a breakout and a confirmation move depending on what the news was, if it was earnings or something along those lines, typically are the reasons why you get a gap higher there. NNOX, this was a nice looking stock. I don't think it was in the top 5. Let's take a quick look here. Yeah, I think it was like the 6th one, but the next 2 that are on that list are also good-looking stocks. A little bit rich on that confirmation move. That creates a 17% stop if we use a stop loss at the low of that point right here, which may be a little bit too much on the risk profile, but nonetheless, it's a good confirmation bar to be aware of. I believe the next one also was good-looking stock, OCUL. Confirmation towards the upper end of that trending range, good solid bar, and that also holding that support range right there and hasn't bumped too far up into that upper range with that confirmation buy bar. So keep an eye on those stocks today. That'll do it for today's update. Everyone have a great day.